Welcome to the Wholeness and Wellness podcast. I'm your host, Megan Tubes, founder of Libra Living Wellness Limited. And this is the first episode. I'm very excited. You're going to see the excitement on my face. It's hard to contain it right now. But this is our first episode called Wellness Way, where we're going to be talking about discovering the wellness path that works for you. So, me and my guest today will be talking about the importance of wellness and what that looks like for both of us in our own personal lives, sharing some insight into what we do for our own wellness path. I'm going to introduce my guest today is Melanie Toops, my sister, and I'm very excited to have her on and be a part of my first episode. So, Melanie, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, I'm Melanie. Like Megan said, we're sisters. And I am a process engineer for Jacobs, who's an engineering consultant. And fun fact is that I'm getting married this year, which is really exciting.
Yes, very exciting.
So we're looking forward to that. It's going to be an awesome time.
Awesome. Awesome. And what's a fun fact or something interesting about yourself?
I would say a fun fact is that my grandma is cousins with the writer of the song Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so cool. That is pretty cool. That's awesome. Cool. That is cool. I didn't know that either. So that's pretty cool. It's a fun fact for me. So let's just jump right in to today's topic, talking about the importance of wellness. It's something, really, I know important for everyone, and everyone tries to find ways to kind of build those healthy habits for their wellness. I do find it's become more important to me in the past couple of years, and I've really dived in more to it and discovering what works for me as well. When you're younger, I feel like you don't really care about wellness that much to an extent. I mean, I did. I would wake up and go for walks and stuff like early in the morning, but I still didn't really pay attention to what I ate and all that stuff. Like it wasn't a high priority. But I do believe, and I'm sure like other people can say the same thing, is when you get older, you're like, oh my gosh, I gotta start taking care of myself because you start seeing what not taking care of yourself does to your body. Like you hear stories or, you have things happen in your life and like, oh crap, like I really need to take control over this. And I do find more and more people are getting on board with taking care of their wellness and especially looking at holistic ways and natural ways to take care of themselves as well. Um, so tell us, talk about the importance of wellness for you and kind of what that looks like for you.
Yeah. I think wellness is kind of a basic definition to me is about keeping your mind and your body healthy.
Mm-hmm.
And it's mostly just about taking care of yourself. And actually, a couple weeks ago at my work, we do something called a culture of caring moment, where it can be either like a safety topic or it can be like a mental health thing. And someone had shared like the different forms of self-care. So they had physical, of course, mental, emotional, social, intellectual. So I think, it's not like you have to be perfect in all of those aspects all the time, but
Yeah.
Just finding different ways to take care of yourself and keeping basically every part of you as healthy as possible.
Yeah.
And I feel like a hard part of that is recognizing when you aren't feeling your best, and knowing what to do in that scenario. But I think, and I think you've mentioned this in some of your videos, but just finding the things that fill your cup, basically, just trying different things that make you feel better, either physically or emotionally. So yeah, for me, I definitely like to do physical self-care. I like to exercise. Lifting
Mm,
weights has been my favorite thing to do probably
okay.
for the past few years.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I feel like exercising can just honestly be cathartic in a way.
Hmm.
Like, just kind of helps me like feel my emotions and like almost like a physical expression of my emotions, you know?
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, it just feels really good to me to exercise.
Yeah. And I love that. Like, well, what you were saying, kind of with your work, like it's not just about physical, but it's that physical and mental because our bodies and mind are so interconnected. And if we're not, feeling well mentally, it's going to start affecting us physically and just
Mhm,
how connected it's everything is. Um, and yeah, I like how you shared like because yeah, what works for you, right? And that's kind of, again, the whole thing about today is discovering the wellness path that works for you because what works for you may not work for me and may not work for someone else, right? So everybody kind of has their own thing. And I think you have to find that thing that's going to allow you to relax. Because I've tried different things. Like I've tried yoga, hate it. Sure, I can get better at it because it really hurts when you first start. But
mhm,
I'm just like, I just have no desire to do it. Right. So, but I do like short workouts and to me, like, that's good. Like I'm not into like weightlifting necessarily, but I do like just that physical aspect because it's important, especially when you're getting older to stay active, even if it's small amounts, right? Um, and I'm going to do a shout out to Team Body Project. People should look it up. They have great little videos. I think they even have a website where you can like sign up for like different workout plans, but I love it. Like, uh, my partner got me onto it and I started doing it way more than he did and I was just like I love this because it's short little videos, 30 minutes. I kind of make my own routine of it. Um and I do that for my physical health, but I also started meditating uh, for like my mental health as well. And that's something I never really did before, but I mean I could probably get into a whole discussion about meditation because that could look different for other people. It doesn't have to be, sitting there on the floor or, laying down and like saying om or something like that because I don't do that most of the time. I usually listen to a guided meditation app,
mhm,
or just like music, very soft instrumental music, and just kind of let my mind and body relax. And to me, I know when I do it consistently, it helps.
mhm,
Right. And, some people are like, ooh, meditation, but it doesn't have to be that. Like, it could be going for a walk, and that could be a form of meditation. Or, like, my partner goes, walking in the woods and going hunting. And I'm sure that's
mhm,
a way for him to kind of, meditate or whatever. Right. So, it looks different for everyone. And again, it's not a, one size fits all kind of thing, for wellness, but it's good to explore those wellness. I'm kind of promoting my business here, because my slogan is like explore your path to balance through wellness or something like that. Sorry, I
mhm,
can't say what it is. I just updated it.
mhm,
But yeah, it's just again that importance to wellness, and I think people who are not making it a priority, it should be a priority because not I've seen not only in my own life, but in a lot of people's lives when they haven't made it a priority or make it an awareness, I guess would say.
mhm,
And I've seen what it does to them and it's like and again, you can try to help someone or guide someone, but it has to be them that makes that choice
totally.
to make it a priority and to take those steps, and to try the different things to, improve their wellness and things like that.
Mhm,
So you did kind of mention some things that you do for your own personal wellness,
mhm.
weightlifting and things like that. What are some other things that maybe you do for your personal wellness or self-care, we can say as
Yeah,
well?
yeah, yeah. I liked how you talked about meditation looks different for people. I would say the way that I like to kind of meditate is just kind of surrounding myself with nature.
Mm,
I've especially found that since moving to the Seattle area. I mean, they have some of the most beautiful like nature and part of the country. Um, and I find like going camping and going hiking, it's just very, very relaxing for me.
hmm.
Um, I remember one time we went camping and I just literally sat there in silence. And I just was just sitting with my thoughts and it was just
Yeah.
so relaxing.
Yeah.
So I find that's really grounding and it kind of just like helps center myself.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Another important way I like to take care of myself is creativity. I really like to knit and crochet.
Mm,
Um, and I find that even, when you're following a pattern, you get to pick, how it's shaped and what kind of yarn you want to use, what color you want to use. If you want to do stripes or something,
yeah.
having a creative outlet, I feel like is really helpful for your
Yeah.
brain too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, I know you're my sister because like both things I'm like, yes, that's me too. Like I was like nature, I love that. Like I do find it grounding and I creativity, that is a really good one because I do find like that brings me so much joy when I get to like use my creative outlet, especially like doing this podcast. Like it pumps me up so much and doing like my short videos, Libra Living Liberations, check them out. Um, and yeah, like that to me, and I'm sure a lot of people too, like that using your creativity is just, and maybe some people don't like to be creative. I don't know, but I feel like we come from a creative family. Like, like I just think of my parents. I'm like, oh my gosh, yeah. Like I think that's why I like to be so creative. So, so yeah, great way to for outlet. Um, so kind of talking about, creating healthy habits and things like that. What are some struggles that maybe that you've faced, with your wellness and maybe staying on track or things like
Mm,
that?
yeah, I do kind of want to talk about like I guess my fitness journey a little bit,
Mm,
or at least my like journey of my relationship to like food and exercise.
yeah.
Um, because I used to have a really unhealthy relationship with them.
Mm,
I thought of exercise as like punishment, something you just have to do.
mm,
Um, I used to think will always have to try and lose weight all the time. Um, and once graduated college and started like seriously lifting weights, something just clicked in me and I started to like just accept and appreciate my body more for what it can do and what it does for me. Or maybe that was just like my frontal lobe developing and recognizing that like, you know, I don't have to hate my body type of thing.
yeah.
So, but it's definitely been a journey. Like I feel like once I started like not worrying about losing weight, I also kind of stopped worrying about eating healthy. So for a while, I kind of just like would eat whatever I wanted to cook, basically.
Mm,
Um, so I wasn't eating like terrible, but I wasn't like really focusing on a balanced diet, I would say, and making
yeah.
sure like I had um, protein as well as like enough fiber and vegetables and like nutritious food.
Yeah.
Um, so that over the past few years is something that my fiance and I have really started to take more of a focus on, and I feel like we're at a good spot now to where the way we think about like planning our meals like involves a good balance. So yeah, it's definitely a journey and like finding literally what we've been talking about, just finding what I like to do and finding what
Mm-hmm.
works for me. Um, and also another part of that is running, because once I started lifting weights, I wasn't really doing enough cardio
Yeah.
um, and keeping my heart healthy. And I kind of reconnected with running because I used to run a lot when I was only worried about losing weight.
Yeah.
And I kind of rediscovered a love for running as like more of a focus of like, look how far my body can run. Like, look what I
Yeah.
do, you know, rather than just a means to burn calories, you know?
Yeah.
So I've really been loving that and like just appreciated the fact that that has changed for me. It's been great.
Yeah. That's awesome. You kind of answered the next point too, is some triumphs of your own wellness path, which kind of like rediscovering, running and yeah, how that made you feel of, oh, look how far I can run and stuff like that. So yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, that's cool. I love that. And I'm kind of doing the same. I'm trying to, I guess the main thing with my getting back to healthier habits is doing them with mindfulness,
Mm,
because a lot of times I would see them as a chore, kind of like you were mentioning earlier. Like, I'm like, oh, I gotta work out today. And it was just something to check off. But actually, like, so I bought myself new workout clothes to kind of like just get into that mindset, and new shoes. And so now when I do it, I'm like trying to be present, because a lot of times I would like multitask while I was working out. Like, I would pause, go, oh, I heard the buzzer for the laundry. Okay,
mm,
pause, come back. And I'm like, what am I doing? Like, this is not proper working out. So I try to be mindful and be present during
mm,
the like 30 minutes of workout, and be like, okay, I'm going to focus on doing this, focus on using my muscles, strengthening my body, and not think about the next thing that I have to do.
mhm.
So that's what I've been trying to kind of get better at. And yeah, just kind of being present, or and again, not seeing it as a chore, but seeing it as like, hey, this is for my health. It's going to make me feel better, right?
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
yeah, it's challenging though sometimes.
Yeah, definitely. Journey. Like I do sometimes feel like, oh man, I really haven't gone to the gym much this week sometimes, you know, like
Mm,
sometimes I will like feel still like it's something I have to do, but part of it is also the fact that I've made it such a habit that it's like, oh, weirdly I didn't go to the gym 3 times this week or something, you
yeah.
know.
Yeah.
So it's, you know, it's still it's always, you know, a journey and
Yeah.
it's
Well, and
not
I
perfect,
think it's,
you know.
yeah, I think it's being kind to ourselves too when we skip something, or if we, eat something not healthy, because I think everything is good in moderation and a good balance. It's about being balanced.
Yes, yes, yes.
Um, and yeah, like I think I think I've kind of learned that too, is not beating myself up over, gosh, I haven't been doing this. I've been so terrible. But there's days where I feel down, or days that we don't feel well. So it's
Mhm.
like, it's okay to have that day off. Just start back the next day, or start when you feel good again. And like I did that, I think it was after Christmas. Was going through a lot of changes and business changes. So I like I don't think I did anything for like 3 weeks. I just kind of like did the bare minimum. And I was like, I kind of felt bad, but I was also like saying, it's okay, Megan. Like, you have to go through this period and you'll pick up and start again. Right.
Yeah.
So I think it's also part of that. That's part of the journey or path as well, is remembering to be kind to ourselves
Mhm.
when we take those days off, or we're not, super healthy habit
Yeah.
making and stuff like that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, so I mean, we pretty much covered it, of what we were going to talk about, but is there anything like new that you would want to try for your wellness, or that you haven't explored yet?
I haven't really explored meditation very much,
Mm.
honestly. I've taken a couple of yoga classes that were kind of like part of it was kind of a guided meditation,
Mhm. Mhm.
and I did really enjoy that. Um, yeah, I just feel like it put me in a very like calm, like clear state
Mhm.
afterwards, and it's
Yeah.
really nice. So I have been wanting to check out that app that you use.
Yeah, Insight Timer is
Hmm.
the app if anyone wants to know. But yeah, there's like I don't know how many, like thousands and thousands of I think there's like even courses or something that you can do, and then you can always pay to like do more, obviously. Um but yeah, I use that a lot, but I also you can find really good just meditation music on Spotify, and sometimes I do that. Um I recently downloaded, I'm gonna probably screw up saying this word, but it's like binaural or something sounds. But
Mm.
it's music and stuff like that. I might have said that terribly wrong. But anyway, it's like I did that the other day and it was very calming and soothing. Instead of like listening to someone talk,
Sure.
sometimes it's better, depending upon the day.
Mm.
But I was like, I was very relaxed, and then I started getting ideas, and I was like, ooh, I was like, this is really good. So it kind of helps for that too, if you're like stuck on, for something. Um, but yeah, like meditation, yeah, I've only gotten into it the past few years. Something that I want to kind of maybe get into more, and I only did this when I was like younger, and I think I talked about this in like one of my first videos with journaling,
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up too.
writing. Like, I used to do it when I was younger, and like now I just feel like I don't know. I got it out of the habit of it, and then I felt like I was only doing it when I was like down or I was like in
Mhm.
not a good mood. And I was like,
Mhm.
well, I don't want to do it just when I'm down. Like I kind of wanted to make it like a daily routine or like every other day or something like that. Because I think it helps to just like let everything out as well, kind
Mhm.
of venting. Um, so yeah, that's some kind of new thing that or not new, but maybe new slash old thing
Yeah.
that I want to kind of get back into. And there's lots of like guided journaling things too, so
Yeah.
that might be something helpful. But yeah. Well, I am very excited about the first episode. I hope I recorded it correctly because the time I feel like I did a test earlier and it's showing me like longer than we actually went. So I don't know if
Mm.
my previous recording is added, but anyway, I can fix that in editing. Um, but oh my gosh, I just flew my sweater thing. Um, but yeah, we're pretty much at our time for today. But I want to thank everyone who tunes into this episode. I'm very excited. I'm excited to do more episodes. I want to thank our guest, Melanie, for joining us today. And Melanie, do you have anything that I think you already kind of shared? The exciting news, but is there any other exciting news that's going on in your life right now, or anything you would like to promote as well? You can tell us about it.
Um, Couple things I would promote, I guess. One
Yeah.
is uh if you haven't tried lifting weights, try it because it's so fun. The feeling of getting stronger every time you go is amazing. So just try it if you haven't. And the other thing is, guys, check out freaking Libra Living Wellness. Megan has been working so hard. She has so much great content and resources. So highly recommend you check it out. At least tune into her videos because they're just like quick, easy watches and they have great insights. So,
Awesome. 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 Well, thanks again. Thanks everyone who tunes in. And until next time.